Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Rusty 78609, just leaving the luxurious dump station here at Falcon Lake State Park, Texas. Temperature is about close to 60 degrees, which is pretty nice. And be sure there's no cars coming here. There's not. So let's go. We're going to do a driving video here. I'm going to do this 3 parts because I'm going to drive over to Rio Grande City today, which is about 35-40 minute drive, even though it's not that far in miles. It's about, I don't know, probably 28 to 30 miles from right here. But you got to go through Roma, Texas, and then several little small towns along the way, so it can be a little slow, but I'm in no hurry. But yeah, a little update on the Class C motorhome RV way of life. Man, it's whatever you want it to be. I talked to a few people that own motorhomes in Class C's or Class A's and Class C's at the state park. Some of them, well, most of them do not have a tow vehicle, surprisingly, but that could be an unusual sampling. But no, I think there's 2 that do and 6 or 7 that don't have tow vehicles, and they don't. Both ways are fine, whatever you choose. So I'm trying this without a tow vehicle, and I think it'll work fine for me because, at my age now, 75, sitting around the campsite or taking walks and watching the birds and stuff is fine. And as far as taking trips around to see the sights wherever I happen to be, most places I've already been and seen them. So, but it's just a personal preference. This works for me right now. If I at some point decide I do need a tow vehicle or want a tow vehicle, then I'd probably get one. They're not that hard to hook up and unhook. I was talking to a guy that had a Ford Fiesta. It's an automatic, but he said you unhook the negative cable and do a few other things and just hook it up and go. He said it works fine. So, but yeah, we'll see about all that. But the Class C itself is fine. It's a nice home for one person. For 2 people, it would still work for 2. You just have to like each other quite a bit because you're going to be seeing a lot of each other. I mean, like a lot. And my tire pressure monitoring system seems to be working okay. I'm turning it back on now. And yeah, it takes, whenever you turn it on in the mornings, whenever you're starting your trip, it takes it a few miles for it to register all the tires. And right now it's registered 5 out of 6. You got 3 74s, a 73, a 71, and then a 84, which means it hasn't updated, but it will here hopefully shortly. But yeah, we're not far from the Texas-Mexico border here. Probably as we're from where I am right now, I don't know, 1.5 miles maybe, 2 miles max, and you're in Mexico. Is that a problem? Not for me. A lot of people are a little fearful of it. I don't know exactly why. I mean, if you use good judgment, you'll be fine. But all in all, right now, the Class C is just as natural a way of life to me as being in a travel trailer anywhere in the USA. Because I can use this Class C just like a car. A big car, obviously, and I plan to try that, and that's why I took this trip before I made the decision on whether or not to renew 4 months at the RV park in Llano, which, right now I'd say it's probably not, but I may stay 1 month, the month of March into the first part of April, pay for a month. But a month, they've gone up. It used to be 1 month was $400. Now it's $430. It used to be if you paid 4 months at a time, it was $300. Now it's $325. So they went up basically 10% all the way. And they'll continue to do that periodically now. How often, I don't know. That was the first rate increase they'd had in a long time, according to the camp hosts. But I think what you'll find with city management across the U.S. today is, they'll see what these other RV parks are getting, the commercial RV parks, and then their city RV parks. They'll put them right in line So you're not going to be saving much, if any. But we're cruising along at a ripe old 45 miles an hour, and it's not a busy time of day. Right now it's probably, maybe I can tell you here, let me see if I can find a clock. Right now it's getting close to 9 a.m., so most of the working traffic has already sped down this highway headed to Roma. But it's pretty out here, man. I mean, it's a little foggy this morning, of course. That's after a norther comes through and things start to warm up. It can be a little foggy along the border. That's a fact, because we're close to the Rio Grande River, and anytime you're close to a river, fogs are not unusual. But for those of you that are contemplating the RV lifestyle, whether you're going to go with a motorhome or a travel trailer or whatever, goes old Bubba, he's going to get to work on time if he kills everybody in town. But no, it's just your choice. I have no preference over a travel trailer, other than this is simpler for me now. I've just got one unit to maintain. Hopefully the chassis, the Chevy 360 or whatever it is, 6.0 chassis, is a good one, and according to what I've been told, it is. The engine is an old tried and proved engine, but I won't put that many miles on it anyway. I probably won't put more than 10,000 miles a year on it. So if it lasts 300,000 miles, that's 30 years. That'd make me 105. So we'll see how that goes. But the next 10-day forecast for here, 80s and 50s, perfect for me, man. 80s and 50s, gotta love it, man. And as far as keeping yourself entertained, nothing changes there. You can read books, take walk, watch birds, just sit out and enjoy the sounds of nature or whatever turns you on or off, and that's about it. The RV way of lifestyle for me is a way to get out in nature and enjoy life, being away from big cities and a lot of traffic, and that's kind of the way I've always done it and will continue to do so. In the CLASSCITA, somebody suggested that as a name, CLASSCITA, so I think I'll kind of hang on to that one. I like it. Kind of a mixture of a Class C and a Casita, which both of them are good to me so far. The Class C's been okay, all right. 10 miles a gallon, approximately. I did it manually, and it came out 10.0189, and that was after I think about 300 miles, so should be fairly close. Some of that was against the wind, some of it wasn't. We go up here to Highway 83 and take a right and go to Roma. Now, along Highway 83, you can turn right in a few places and go down to the Rio Grande River. There's no fence there. No. There may be a fence closer into Roma, but out here there's not. You see a lot of border patrol, highway patrol, a lot of law enforcement down here along the border. And that's politics, as everybody knows. Do they really? I'm sure they do a great job. But I'm going to have me some of my dark chocolate here that was sent to me by Jim, Guardian Pet Care. Thank you, Jim. I'm still eating that stuff. You sent me a boatload. Let's see what this sign says here. They got a Dollar General out here now. How about that? Roma's 10, Rio Grande City's 24, and McAllen, Texas is 65. You can take a right here and go right down to a birding area. Gasoline in this little community, which is always high, is $2.49 a gallon. But they just get the people that are running out of gas. I'm eating my stuff. Falcon Lake not only is a birding area, but it's also a good fishing lake, and a lot of people go there for that reason. But the lake is so low, maybe that, I guess the lower the lake is, the better your chances of catching a fish. Pretty soon there'll just be a little puddle and all the fish will be in there, I guess. It's almost a little puddle now. Something else that occurs to me right now, the ride in the Class C, the comfort is very good. Yeah. The only time that it's a little difficult is if you got a side wind. Either side doesn't matter. Then you kind of have to hang on. And pulling the CLASSCITA, you didn't have to do that so much, but pulling the Coachman that I had and the Jayco, yeah, you noticed it in the wind. Side winds particularly. Headwinds just kill your gas mileage. And that stresses you out. Watching your gas go away real quick. But my gasoline, I was thinking about that this morning. I was looking at my pro forma or projected budget for, full-time and, kind of traveling instead of living in an RV park. And the monthly budget will stay close to the same because the camping fees overall will be equal to or less than staying in an RV park. So that's good. And the other thing is gasoline usage, since right now it appears that maybe every 5 days I'll take a driving trip in the Class C just around and see what's happening and maybe get a few grocery items and stuff. So if I do that 6 times a month and the average trip is say 40 miles round trip, that's 240 miles, that's 24 gallons. At say, well, easy numbers, $2, that's $50, say $60 for trips, and then going miscellaneous trips, and then driving to and from destinations. It depends, but probably add another 100 to 150 there. So I'm looking at somewhere between $150 and $200 a month for gasoline, and that could vary substantially depending on where I am and how long I stay at any given location. So that's good. That all fits right in the budget. That, basically I live on my Social Security, and whatever I make, or that pays my bills, and then if anything over that is paid by YouTube and the Amazon link, and it's all working, been working for years, so steady as she goes. The only downside to all of that is Google, which owns, or Alphabet, which owns Google, which owns YouTube, could at any moment say, well, we don't want to do this anymore. This is not a great profit center for us, so we're just going to shut it down. And they do that overnight. They don't give you a year's notice. On my tire pressure monitoring system now, on the left side, the left front tire is 78, the inside rear is 78, the outside rear is 80. On the right side, the right front is 77, the inside rear is 78, and the right side rear is 75. And it's always a little lower. I'm going to have to add some air to that tire, I think. Even though that's not low by any stretch of the imagination, it just seems that it's always a pound or two lower than the others. And my little pump will do it. It'll air up tires to 120 pounds. Actually, as far as running this errand today, this is just an actual enjoyable driving trip. I didn't need to go to the grocery store for anything. I have plenty of food, plenty of beer, plenty of wine, so I didn't really have to, and that's good because now I know that I've got enough refrigerator space for at least almost a month for me, one person, and so that works out good. I can, and then canned goods and all that stuff. Yeah, we're good. Bananas. If I run out of those, just do. But if I go every 5 days somewhere for a little drive, which I will do. I mean, that kind of breaks up the month or into enjoyable bites. And knock on wood, the internet's been good. I don't need the Wii Boost, but I've been using it because the upload speeds are tripled using the Wii Boost. The download speeds actually are about the same. Believe it or not, it's like 45 megabits or bytes or dytes or whatever the hell they are per second, and down, and anywhere from 3 to 10 up, depending on the time of day. Yeah, this highway is from going towards Rio Grande City. They have these passing areas along the way, which is very nice. There are some sights to see in Roma. You go down right on the river, you can see some sights. I did that last year. Will I do that again this year? Not on this particular trip right now, no. No, this is just a drive to go to Walmart and get me an oscillating fan, which I thought would be nice. I know I'm chewing food. I'm human, guys. You know, as aggravating as these times are, these are the best times in human history for humanity overall. By any measure, we're better off even where we are at this moment than we've ever been in the history of mankind. And check it out. There's actually some good news out there. You'll have hell digging it out, but it's there. We'll let this video go till I get through, all the way through Roma, and then I'll stop it and start the second phase from Roma to Rio Grande City, and then I may do a third one just jacking around. They have a beautiful high school here in Roma, Texas. We're just passing it, by the way. They have a place in Roma where you can get baked whole chickens, and I mean they're huge. It's kind of a local place. I'll probably get one baked chicken while I'm here. I'm not going to get one today because I don't have any place to put it. I've got so much food in the fridge, but boy, it's really good. They season it pretty good, you know, and kind of got a little Mexican flavor to it, you know, peppery stuff. But yeah, we're coming into Roma, Texas right now. It's a pretty little community, guys. I'm not kidding you. I think so. I mean, a lot of people would, you know, probably disagree, but it's just a small border town in the U.S. I don't know what the population is. I could guess, but I'd probably be off a mile. Maybe there's a sign. You know, the rattles I've pretty well got nailed down or taken care of. There's still a few, but it's kind of getting to be musical now. I'd miss them if they weren't there. You know, somebody said that lets them know that everything's still back there. Yeah, whenever you get into Roma, Texas, or any border town, you get a lot of, you know, the flavor of Mexico. I'll turn it right just a little bit more so you can see some of the structures as we pass them. Speed limit's 45. I'm going 44. Temperature right now shows to be 62 degrees. Top down or top up, that depends on how you like cool weather. And when I say top down or top up, I'm referring to a convertible. Speed limit drops to 30 right here. And boy, do they have city police. You know, for the tourists that think they're going to speed through these little border towns and get away with it, good luck. They appreciate you being here, but I'm going to see if I can find the name of that chicken place, because some of you guys, if you decide to come down here, you might want to go there and get you a baked chicken. We got a Dairy Queen. Yeah, that's it right here, I think. Yeah, this is it. It's called Rosticeria de El Coloso. And it is. Yeah, you'll see a lot of signs that say carbon. That's coal, because some people still use coal for cooking. Yeah, the pace of life here is a little bit slower. That's a cultural difference between the gringos and the Mexicanos. You know, the Mexicanos kind of mañana mindset. You know, yeah, okay, we'll get it done. You know, just slow down and enjoy your life. Their lifespan's not any more than anybody else in the world. About the same. A lot of that has to do with diet, I think. The International Bridge is to the right there. Not very busy today, I can see that. I wonder why. I wanted to get a pizza today. There's a Little Caesars in that little shopping area here on the right. May have to check that out. I don't know about, there's a Pizza Hut up here on the left. But this is, and I quote, Roma, Texas. Gasoline here at this Valero is $2.15 for regular unleaded, and there's a grocery store. There's a Domino's pizza too. We might get that one. There's a Riverside Family Center, which is a grocery store. So if you guys come down, you want to get groceries in Roma, you can get it right there. The peso looks like it's 20 to 1. They have a place you can go exchange dollars for pesos before you go across the border. Old cemetery there. There's a Pizza Hut on the left. So the pizza situation is solved on the way back. I think I'm going to get a Domino's. They make a good old thin crust cheapie. I read an article about pizzas a long time ago about how profitable these places are. A $10 pizza, if you pay $10, the cost of that, including labor and materials to the pizza group, is just right at $2. That's including labor and overhead. So you know the ingredients are just top notch. I'm going to end the video here, guys, because we've been about 20-something minutes. So we're coming out of Roma. Now, well, another thing too, whenever you're down here along the border, you'll go from one town to another, and you won't even know you left one and went into another. Because they're just some of these, there'll be 3 or 4 little communities right close together. But so anyway, having said that, guys, enjoy your day, enjoy your life, and thumbs up, carpe diem, adios, bye-bye. Buy anything you want anytime, but if you think about it, use the link to Amazon products in the description of all of my videos. Why? Because it doesn't cost you a penny. Just click on the link, go to Amazon, buy whatever you want, and Amazon takes care of me. And then what else? Drink plenty of water, stretch, walk, take deep breaths, stand guard at the door of your mind. Basically, keep your health, any way you can, because that's what makes life enjoyable. Adios, amigos. Bye-bye.